on the troll.
Zanzi, hello. Zanzi, how are you? I know you guys have been waiting for us. But hey, too late, too tough, other things and other things that we don't plan for. They just come up. So, yeah, we're here now. We're sorry about being late.
We apologize.
Hey,
Uxolo.
tough.
Iguba mswarelo.
I am. Better, it's difficult.
Siguba mswarelo. It's very hard, but we soldier on, right? Like how it is tough in that courtroom and Mnisi has to bite his tongue.
Yes. First
Mince his words.
You get shouted at. You are told
Everything is your fault.
how to respect and how not to call other people by what, but you are called Mnisi by the same man. It's tough for everyone, guys. Even for me, it's tough. You know, but we appreciate those who are really assisting. There are people who are making it easier. We appreciate that, guys. What I wanted to talk about before we continue, adverts are what pays us.
Oh, yes.
So if you watch, but you don't watch advert, you're as good as not helping. Saying this because we do watch. The watch hour is proper. But what is not proper is how we're watching it. So please bear with the adverts, because at least that's what they are. Adverts, and that's AdSense. That's what is paying us. Please watch them adverts. I know they are irritating.
Please, doch. Please, my people, my family, my wonderful family. Please watch those adverts. We are begging.
So we were late because we had to go to first start with analytics of what is going on. We had to look, and then after looking, we realized that we are under Mnisi. We are under the same side that Mnisi is at. Please do watch the adverts, guys, so that the impact can impact on us. Thank you very much. Now, membership, we really appreciate you guys. You are, I think, the first thing is first taken care of is the bills of where we are. You guys take care of that, and we appreciate that.
And I know we don't
I cannot
really
ask more from such people. Yes.
And we don't really get into the nitty-gritties of behind the scenes and creating all kinds of updates of why we could not record, why are we late, why are we... Because we don't want to stress you guys, okay?
No.
We don't want to burden you with things that you are not here for.
We
are here to talk about the case, but at the same time, it would really be helpful. Watching an advert, it doesn't cost money.
Yes.
Just a one inyana, two nyana.
Not even one inyana, just all of them.
You'll be helping us a lot with pushing this channel and keeping it going. But for instance, you know, if we were moving at a certain level, we would be having a team right now, you know.
Yes. You know, Emily, I just realized when I went past the certain garage and I had to pour petrol. And that thing daunted on me today. That's why I'm coming here and talking. I had to take my card and put petrol. And I was like, it's getting difficult. But we're here. Thank you very much to the membership. Thank you.
Now I would love to have a team, though. I would love to
It would be nice to have a team.
Like
It would be very nice
two
to have a team.
extra people that
Yes.
can assist, because guys, this is a full-time job now. I didn't plan on it becoming like this.
It would be nice to have maybe one of the few people who are here could assist. not for free, obvious. That's
Not
what
for free. That's where the you guys watching adverts comes in.
Yes. So when we hire those people,
We are able to pay them,
pay for them.
and not making them work for free. Ain't nobody got time for working for free.
Like flu or no flu, like today I'm windy also. But I'm here. Because I have to connect. Everybody does not know how to connect.
No, I don't even want to go there because
Yes.
I've got a lot on my plate, guys. I'm sorry.
So
There's a lot going on in my life.
enough about us. Enough about us. Let's talk about what happened in that court.
So yes, back to regular programming. So court started this morning with Judge Rathamokwatleng, saying that there were some remarks that he wanted to state, and he was like throwing shade, saying that any intelligent person can see the proceedings yesterday. They left much to be desired. Further, he said, when we concluded, it was obvious there was acrimonious exchange between Colonel Steyn and Advocate Mnisi. He said that he thought it proper as a presiding officer in adjudicating this matter to set down principles that govern cross-examination. And the response from a witness and the questions asked by counsel. Unfortunately, he said these are the precepts, regulations, concepts, customs, and conventions which apply until maybe, as people are saying, we change the law in South Africa into what people are calling the African law. The African. Akayifuni African law.
No. Asifuni new.
Now that I even think about it, that Lerato Singadi case of Lobola and stuff, and the family of WHP crying and saying, how in his verdict he never really talked about African law. It was she was Lobolad, she's the wife, she must take everything. There was no accommodation of, but as a wife in African customary marriage, there are duties you perform, and she didn't perform those duties. So now it makes sense why that ruling is like he disregards African law in its entirety, doesn't like it. He would rather deal with this one.
It looks like
the Roman Dutch
law.
Yes, that's what he prefers. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's his preference. But when you start throwing African law under the bus,
there's everything wrong.
And you are an African, it's now like, where are we? How are we? Where is this? What is this planet now? But yeah, it's quite clear he doesn't like the African law. But unfortunately, he said that the law as is today is formulated under our constitution and even under our Criminal Procedure Act, which we all know was written.
Hearing that word, I don't know, it triggers something for, like, every time someone tells me about our constitution, that's where the
no, it's not ours.
The our part is the one that irritates the hell out of me.
It's not ours. We were not consulted while it was drafted.
Yes, there was no consultation.
Our parents were not consulted.
No.
They was just given that book to say, this is the constitution.
Just say it like that. Our is stretching it.
It's stretching it, ne? Well, yes. And he said that it was written, this Criminal Procedure Act, it was written by Emstra initially. And he said that we used to use Wigmore, who is an English jurist. But subsequently, the late Judge Emstra coordinated these laws and drafted the Criminal Procedure Act, which incorporates the modicum of how cross-examination should be conducted and how a witness should be treated, how counsel should be treated, and how court officers should exercise decorum in this court. Normally, these things are said at the end of the case when the court is writing its judgment. But why are you saying them now?
Because Bas is here. Need to protect.
Bas. He said he used Wigmore on criminal law, Dutoit and Himstra, and he went and said that he summarized what they have to say about the conduct of cross-examination in a court of law. Now, the judge was quoting here from what he had said he spent the whole night reading. He didn't sleep. He spent the whole night reading. Okay? It was that important.
Yeah, I see.
He said a witness may be cross-examined, but in terms of Criminal Procedure Act, it is not a right. It is a right of an accused person through counsel to cross-examine, but the court must guard against inadmissible questions. Even the tone of voice can transform a proper question into an improper one. So now he has a problem with the tone of voice or how the witnesses are being asked questions.
He must also fix his tone of voice.
Also, ne?
He's got a certain tone of voice that is so,
condescending.
Yes.
So the judge continued to say that the purpose of cross-examination is to discover the truth. But isn't it funny how he keeps stopping that from happening? Allegedly.
Allegedly. It seems as if...
It's ironic. Is this advice for himself or for...
Oh, Senzo Mkaka, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Senzo. Thank you. We really appreciate you.
Thank you, Caesar. Thank you. May God bless you.
May God bless where it came from.
And may it increase. Okay? So yes, I'm like, is this advice for himself, or is it this advice for the defense, or is this advice for everyone who cares? Because this more or less sounds like this is something that he needed to remind himself, but I don't know if it's even going to do the trick.
What trick? Did it feel like he was actually talking to himself when he was talking about the judge? In my own opinion, his body would be in passing, like even the judge, but it's in passing. And then when it comes to Mnisi, even the voice
changes. He emphasizes like he's speaking to a preschool child.
It didn't seem like he's actually talking to himself. It seems as if he's right from where he stands. Everything's good. We just
know what the funny thing is that everything he was reading was for him. It was actually for him. It was not for the defense at all. He just hoed in the word defense, but it was for him. It was for his decorum, how it should actually be. So he actually educated us even more on how he should actually behave. And he's not doing that.
No, he's not. He's not.
Well, he further said that it is accepted in our criminal procedures as a test without equal for the value of oral evidence, even if it is sometimes wrongly and even abused by legal practitioners. He said, it's not me saying it. I'm not the law. I am reading from the book.
Doesn't he like saying that?
He does.
Even when he says things that are pushing certain people to say the same thing, he's like, it's not me, but you started it. Hate this man.
No, let this be the end of recalling judges from retirement.
Yes, more so if those judges retired because of age. No. No. We were not supposed to see this.
Cut.
In my own opinion, whether you like it or not, this is the first time seeing such.
I let this be the end of such practices, especially with cases of this caliber, complicated cases. No. We are done. I don't think this was a good idea. Miss Popola, this was a horrible idea because she's the one who wrote that letter, remember? This was a horrible idea. This is not going to end well.
Do you think, I'm wondering, I just want to be a fly at some point and hear what Zandi's stand is right now. Because, so it seems the sister is being thrown under the bus. Now, is that what she bargained for?
This was Zandi's brilliant idea to bring in an entire
Allegedly?
judge. Allegedly.
Is that what she would have sort of anticipated? Is this the judge you were looking for?
Maybe she's happy. Who knows? She's quiet. But this is not working out. This is a mess. It's a
I
bloodbath.
would like to actually just hear the conversations, if they are there, between the two of them, the sister and Zandi. You know, are they good? Are they talking?
Now they are getting along. There were pictures that were circulating a couple of months ago of them together, visiting each other and stuff. They are good now.
Is that so? Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
So I wonder what they say when they hear that the number was called by.
But it doesn't quite belong to the person that Kelly was calling. Kelly was calling Athama Fokati. Somehow Steyn is saying that he was calling accused number 5.
I just wonder. But I sister, I impela
Oh my God. No, this is a mess. This is a bloodbath. This should stop. Someone please make this stop. This is not nice anymore. I want to get off this train. It's going to crash and I don't want to be inside when it does.
Look, I'll ask the owner. Maybe I'm just speaking out of 10. I just watched an episode in this other YouTube brother of mine. It's MK, not did I say MK? It's MP. MP. MP YouTube. If you go to that, I think you'll be able to see the whole name. It's Prof. He calls himself MPTV. It's Prof. There is an episode there.
Okay.
It sounds similar to what we are going through now. It's about people who were wrongfully accused.
Okay.
The explanation that is there, I know it's in Zulu. I'll ask him if he agrees, then I will try to transcribe it into English.
Okay.
Yes, it's something that happened, I think, at Mpangen, KZN. But the difference there is a bit of restoring that power of court, because the judge there actually got the guy who was an investigating officer arrested, because he could figure out that the guy is making up all the evidence. Please watch that episode. I forgot. It's new. It's a fairly new episode that he just added there.
I need to see that.
Yeah, it's a very interesting story of that guy. The guy went into jail for like 3 years, but in that process of the case proceeding, eventually the judge was like, no man, that guy apparently listen to this, just highlights. The guy arrested some guy who was a shoplifter of some sort. And then the guy had been on 2 strikes already, so he couldn't serve another sentence outside.
Okay.
That's basically what was happening. And then this guy was like, listen, if you go and testify that you know those guys and whatnot, then you will be able to serve this one also outside. And the judge, that's how the judge picked up that chief, when he did, the judge in fact did an investigation to say, this person, you've been caught 2 times already, and you were given the sentence, a lighter sentence, outside, serving outside.
I think it's a suspended sentence.
It's a suspended sentence. You couldn't escape this one. How did you escape this one? Did you make a deal? And the guy agreed. He said, yeah, I made a deal with an investigating officer. And then from there, the guy then was put into a stand. The investigating officer was put into a stand. That's an interesting one. That's why I'm saying, I said this thing last time. It sort of proves that theory that KZN seems as if the judges there, they are woke.
Nah.
judges there.
Because you can even remember Sifiso Meyiwa on the other interview with ENCA where he was talking about that there was some guy called April that was supposed to say that they are the ones who are responsible for ending Senzo's life. And somehow the judge was like, stop wasting my time.
Yes.
You know,
it was in KZN. So even this one was in KZN. The guy was like, do you know? The judge was like, do you know how long? The guy had to apologize on the stand. Said he would never do it again. But then the judge got him probed. And then I don't know whether he's arrested or what. I didn't finish, but it was a very interesting story.
I'm gonna watch.
So there are judges like that.
I need to
who
listen
do not
to that
waste
story.
time. Not the issue.
For those who are saying such things don't happen.
Not the ones who would
They
say
actually happen.
Not the ones who would say if there's something that happened that is really suspicious, to say no, that one does not matter. What matters? You see, they are obvious. Those are two different judges that we have in this country.
Well, the judge continued to say that cross-examination should not degrade or degenerate. I think that's the word. Degenerate into a heated exchange. The dignity of a witness has to be preserved. And he said this witness, Colonel, he must be addressed as such. It's not me saying he is a colonel. A doctor is addressed as a doctor. And he said that the witness is a colonel, and I'm not making this up. He's addressed as Colonel Steyn.
Yes.
When Hose gave evidence, he was addressed as Lieutenant Colonel Hose. That's the courtesy. He even mentioned that there was a judge who referred to Mandela as President Mandela in 1995, even though he was not of the same sound opinion as Mandela. I'm like, what the heck does this mean? Mandela was a president in 1995. He didn't have a choice. He had to address him as the president.
Exactly.
And even if you are no longer the president, you are a former president. You are addressed
or they can
as
even
such.
address you as president as such, just to avoid having formers and whatnot.
How? I'm like, but these examples are not comparable. And right now, as we sit in the state, Colonel Steyn is retired. You know, he's a former colonel. He's no longer a colonel. He's a former colonel. So, Kanti, what is this? Then he went through the law.
Emily, just saying, I'm just Shololo look so pissed off.
She is upset
by whatever that is happening there.
It's understandable.
It's
a kangaroo court, allegedly.
She is out of it. Like, she is, In fact, I could argue that I didn't think that if Mnisi finished yesterday, he was in the right state to continue. And I'm happy that Mnisi didn't finish it. He was, the camera just passed on him. He was, even the issue of laptop. Did you see how he gave the cold shoulder? He answered once.
She said that she doesn't have the section 205.
And the judge tried to probe further.
And the judge said, I didn't ask for section 205. I said, do you have a laptop? I'm like, okay.
Them Shololo kept quiet. Honestly speaking, even if you look at the body language of Mnisi after the judge rolled over this court to the next day. Mnisi was like, with their hands gesture, like, really? The guy is just something else, man. It's not us. It's not us. It's not only us. I know it's hard, but it's not only us. Not only us.
This is unbelievable.
Something, it's really something. Mzwake Mafulega, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mzwake.
We appreciate you.
Thank you. And He went through the law as well that governs cross-examination, and the judge continued to read that courtesy costs nothing, and we owe it to the court and every witness. The dignity of a witness may never be ridiculed. But who ridiculed Steyn's
So that's
dignity?
why Steyn had to come back. Now, it's coming out. We are in a cleaning process. Is that so?
But what dignity? You know, he's speaking as if they are falsely accusing Steyn. That's how he's painting it, and that's
Well,
not the case.
No, allegedly to that.
But we still don't have the explanation as to why the numbers are different from the PDF
Yes,
to the
there are no
Excel. We
explanation.
don't have that explanation, so we must just say he's being falsely accused, even though he can't exonerate himself. Aw. I'm tired of saying
Obviously, you have to say allegedly.
allegedly. He can't prove. He can't explain. I would say allegedly if he came up with an explanation that made sense,
No, but just
just to be safe.
for control purposes.
Okay, allegedly. Ke. Now I'm still waiting for the explanation of how come those numbers are different, and I haven't gotten it. It's been 3 days. I don't have it.
Let's hope Msholo is going to ask them tomorrow some questions.
She will be blocked as well. Look at what they're doing to Mnisi, reading him a whole paragraph and stories for an hour just to control and tame his cross-examination and make him soft.
I have to say this. Out of 5 of them that are there, emotionally, this is something else. Honestly speaking, not to be deterred, not to be disturbed, and still raising solid objections if the court is putting words in his mouth and all those things that are happening in that court that has been like they have been happening for God knows for how long, but they have been happening. But emotionally, this is intelligent. There's emotional intelligence.
He does have emotional intelligence. I mean, normal people under those circumstances lose it. I mean, look at Steyn. He's falling apart every 5 seconds.
Andy Samjigwa, thank you very much. We appreciate you. Thank you. Let's
Thank
like
you,
the
Andy
video also.
Swa.
Thank you, Andy Samjigwa.
May
We
God
appreciate it.
increase where you
Yes.
got your finances from. Thank you so much. I highly appreciate it. Even to Mzwaki.
Yes.
Yes, thank you so
And
much,
Sizwe.
guys. And Sizwe.
Yes.
Thank you.
So there's that thing. That's why I say I don't think Msholo was pissed yesterday. I think it's gonna be better today, so that when the time comes, she's calmer. It's annoying, yes, if you ask me. Do I have that intelligence that Mnisi had, emotional intelligence?
It
that
looks like the strategy here is whenever they do this, the defense finds whatever that makes this case weak. Get to them emotionally.
Yes.
Get to them emotionally.
Yes.
Attack their characters.
Yes.
Make them react. That's a technique and a strategy that it's becoming so obvious that general public, we, the court of public opinion, are now picking it up. That this is just how it is.
Yes.
Whenever they get warm, dismantle them emotionally. Say that they are not acting within the means of decorum.
They are not
yes.
acting as good lawyers.
Leave the record to speak to that effect.
But did you hear the message that was sent yesterday? This whole reading of the judge not sleeping at night, one can attribute it to what Baloyi said.
Oh, yesterday when I felt like he was threatening
Yes.
Mnisi, that
Yes.
he should.
Yes, and this was mostly directed to
careful.
Mnisi. This whole thing was mostly the respect that, in my opinion, the judge has for Baloyi is
above and beyond.
It's above and beyond.
And it's weird.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like the respect.
It's
is
almost
too
like
much.
Baloyi is above him.
Yes,
It's very
yes.
disturbing.
It's like we are dealing with your father.
It's very,
Something like that.
It's very. I don't know how many of you guys have picked that up.
Because
the judge respects Advocate Baloyi.
Because look at how
Too much.
Steyn after the whole reading, Steyn said, I called my wife and whatnot, and Mnisi tried to raise that. It was like, that was uncalled for. That's it. Pass it. Nothing
No,
stopped.
not to say Steyn. No, don't do that. He is an officer of the court.
But
You
law
cannot-
says, I think my colleague needs to be dealt with now. And
he
then
goes and doesn't sleep
you
the
go,
whole night.
You do your research
The whole night.
the whole night.
And read books.
And you come back with the book. It's not me. It's
For
the
an
book.
hour.
It's not me. It's the book.
You read something.
In my opinion, really, it surprises me what I see in that court. I still cannot believe it. I'm trying to fathom it, but I think it's beyond my brain. How states really is giving this importance, in my opinion. It's like the only thing that matters in that court is the state, in my opinion.
It's like they are in charge.
Do you understand? Yes,
Feels
it's
like
their case,
that.
but really, do we have to now?
It feels like that, honestly, you guys. It feels like he's in charge. Baloyi is the one who's the boss.
That's how it feels.
It
Like.
feels that way.
We're not saying that is how it is, but in our opinion, from viewing from where we are standing, as you please like the video, but yeah, that's how it feels.
So cross-examination, he said, is not meant to be a test of stamina. The honor of a witness cannot be attacked. So they can just lie.
You cannot say they are lying.
It's just, they
But-
can go. Uyakhumbula, Miss Popola was doing the most.
Yes.
Tumelo also was doing the most.
Yes.
So they can just get away with that.
Yes, because they come from the state's side, in my opinion. Allegedly.
So the state, they protect the witness, even though the witness is wrong or is behaving in a questionable manner.
What state project? It's not even a state. For me,
The court.
the court is really...
The court, let's leave the state out. The court protects the witness.
But you're not far from saying that the state... just saying. So, like...
So if they lie, you can't say they're lying. Even though
No,
the
you
witness is there are two papers that Mnisi has, and they are different. And it's not just those numbers. He picked up something else that was different. He cannot say
You're lying. No.
that you lied.
No.
Even though it's got the evidence to prove that he lied. He cannot say you lied. You fabricated
It's not allowed.
evidence.
It's not allowed.
Even though the proof is there. You know what their fear is? They don't want it to go to the record.
Exactly.
He said something very important as he was saying this. No, it was the end of the court. I don't know how many of you guys picked it up when he was saying about how in constitutional court they do not tell them to stop and play the record and stuff like that. He was throwing shade to Advocate Mnisi. But he let out a very important information, and I picked it up, and it's the fact that in the constitutional court, they refer to what is written. So him stopping Abu Mshololo whenever they want to say you fabricated, you manipulated the data, he's preventing that
Allegedly.
to go to the record, allegedly.
In your opinion.
In my opinion.
It does look like that.
He's stopping the record from speaking to that effect, in my opinion.
So
Because every time they put it, he wants them to
in
retract
that
it.
court, there's only the state witnesses have rights. It seems, in my opinion, allegedly, that the defense and the accused have less, if any, rights at all. No one is talking about them. Even whatever that he was reading never talked about the defense that much.
And he was saying, he even gave an example of Zondo, the fact that they read the record. at the Constitutional Court. So this is done with that in mind of, yes, he knows this will be taken for appeal. And at appeal, they'll be reading the record.
Alleged. Yes.
Not
so
listening.
We're going to have to say allegedly.
Not watching.
So it seems as if we're anticipating that.
Yes, he's preparing for that, in my opinion. The preparation is for that. So that when they read, they don't find words like manipulated, fabricated, lied. That would be putting Steyn's reputation at disrepute.
Let us read Emil. I know once you get into opinion, you might get this channel taken down.
Allegedly. Allegedly, Bazalwane. Allegedly. Everything I said is alleged. Even my name is alleged at this point. He continued to say the honor of a witness cannot be attacked and said cross-examination based on inadmissible evidence is not permitted. Inadmissible evidence may also be or also not be introduced under the clause of cross-examination. Once it has been determined that a certain line of questioning is irrelevant, it must be prohibited. The courts may intervene at any stage. The court must not ask leading questions to strengthen the state's case.
Read that again.
The court must not ask leading questions to strengthen the state's case.
Was not read with emphasis as any other thing that was read there?
Yes.
Was it emphasized?
Yes.
Okay.
I emphasized it, but he did not.
Exactly.
I emphasized it. He did not, however. He read it and brushed through it. The court must not ask leading questions to strengthen the state's case. What has he been doing all along? I leave it to you. Cross-examination.
What has he been doing all along? That's a question. It's a question. It has a question mark.
Question mark.
Yes.
I'm not going to answer it for fear that I may be said to make strong allegations.
Yeah.
But I leave it to you, the court of public opinion. So he said, cross-examiner may never cross the limits of honesty. A witness may not be misled. No untrue statement may be made to a witness. Statements as to what other witnesses might have said must be accurate. If a cross-examiner is not certain whether an allegation by another witness has been correctly remembered or recorded, he may not put it on the witness before clarifying the same. So he's saying that before you say you did this, you did that, you must make sure that that's what the record said that the person said or did. So questions may not be formulated in such a manner that may appear to be statements of facts that witnesses made, where the so-called facts do not form part of the cross-examiner's case and will not be given in evidence. So as he was reading all of this, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, so instead of reprimanding Advocate Baloyi to not speak for the witness, to not lead the witness, to not answer for the witness during cross-examination, he would rather have sleepless nights, read books the whole night, and come back and accuse the defense of things basically that, in my opinion, they never did. So rather all of this than to just say, but Advocate Baloyi, please do not answer for the witness. Let the witness answer. It's fine. Instead of that, we'd rather spend a whole sleepless night, come with a written summary of I don't know how many case laws and a book and say this. All of this. Just because we can't tell Advocate Baloyi, but please don't speak for the witness. Let the witness answer the question. Sure, guys. Cross-examination based on inadmissible evidence is not permitted. He said examples of such inadmissible evidence are a confession, which was excluded as inadmissible, Inadmissible evidence may also not be introduced under the cloth of cross-examination. So, in my opinion, this literally felt like he was bullying Mnisi and accusing him of things that he has not done, and in a way also intimidating Advocate Mshololo, in my opinion, in advance for her to not execute her cross-examination effectively. And this is clearly my opinion, okay? So he also said that cross-examination is not meant to be a test of stamina. Fairness also is required, that a witness is not attacked in cross-examination, causing him or her to act. Once it has been determined that a line of questioning is irrelevant, it must be prohibited. For instance, an accused wants to go through notes in a statement witness notebook which have nothing to do with the case. It is irregular for the court to refuse to allow such a diversion. Now, I'm like, but this is talking about the accused. I don't know if I picked it up correctly. It's talking about the accused. It says, if, for instance, an accused person wants to go through the notes in a statement witness notebook, which have nothing to do with the case, it is irregular for the court to refuse or allow such a diversion. So literally, I'm like, all of these things that he's saying literally is advice for himself. At some point, I remember the accused being accused of looking at a confidential. Do you guys remember that whole drama with Mohani? I think it was Mohani when he was testifying, and he accused the five accused of looking at a confidential document. So here he's being told that actually the accused have a right to look at witnesses' statements. And I'm like, but none of these things Mnisi has done. Mnisi has not done any of these things, and here you are talking as if it's almost like you are accusing him of things that he didn't do. What was the purpose of this? Because these were literally speaking to his conduct as a judge. Now, also, he said that the court may intervene at any stage with questions for elucidation, but must not take over the role of the questioner. But I'm like, isn't that what he does though? Like, all of these points, I'm like, but isn't this what you do? It also said, he also read that the court must not ask leading questions to strengthen the state's case. But this is the irony. This is exactly what you do, judge, in my opinion. He had the audacity also to say that he was accused the other time of colluding. What are people supposed to conclude when you cannot reprimand Advocate Baloyi? Not for once have you reprimanded him when he's done something crazy and something that's not allowed to happen in that courtroom. You've never for one. So what is the conclusion that is supposed to be arrived at when you simply cannot reprimand the state prosecutor? He also read where they talked about judges who take over and become prosecutors. He said, however, leading questions as such are not irregular if they are not put evenly at the end of the mutual questioning. I'm like, but isn't this what he religiously does? This is a question I have. I mean, doesn't he always do this? He said persistent and searching leading questions by the court to an accused may, on the other hand, be a factor which together amounts to an irregularity. And notice how it says the accused and not the witness. And funny enough, he never had any questions for accused number 1 and number 2 when they gave their testimonies in the witness box, in the trial within a trial. He did not want any clarity from them. He sought no clarity from them. But when the witnesses that testify and their testimonies are not coming together, he's always seeking clarity. After seeking that clarity, he recalls them again for his understanding, for them to come and clear up or try to clean themselves, in my opinion. So far, he has broken all of these rules that he was reading for the following, I don't even know what to say, but all of these things he was reading, honestly, is something that he should apply and he should use and he should look at on a daily basis as he's presiding over this case, because he's not exactly doing that, hey, in my opinion, you know. And the following one speaks about the protection of witnesses. He said the court must not conduct any questioning in such a manner that its impartiality can be doubted. The court must not take part in the case to such an extent that the court obscures the points in issue. Guys, do you remember the DNA not being a match? And he said it was inconclusive. Who still remembers that? And he added to this to say that this also applies to the defense. It felt like he was adding it himself. I don't think the book says that, in my opinion, because it was like if the book said that, you would have read it through and through. You wouldn't have thought about it. Oh, this also includes the defense. No. I would like for somebody to verify if indeed that's what the book says, because this passage was speaking to judges. It was speaking to him, not the defense counsel. The judge also continued reading. Okay, I saw Anamo Happy's comment on the chat. He says he has very dry lips. Anamo Happy. You couldn't stop about the dry lips. You were noticing those dry lips. I'm like, yo, Ziakala. When you are a judge, your decorum is under microscopic scrutiny above everybody else. And I think he knows this. It's not a surprise. It's his life. It's the story of his life. As a judge, his decorum is more important than everyone else in that courtroom. So I'm like, this is advice that we have been anticipating you to take. And you are reading it and you are imposing it on Advocate Mnisi as a defense counsel, while it's not speaking to him, it's speaking to you, your decorum as a judge. He said this witness yesterday wanted to get out of this court. I don't know why. And Advocate Mnisi said you can go. So Advocate Mnisi is being punished for Steyn saying, I want to get out. Can I be excused? And then Advocate Mnisi was like, you're excused. Me? You are excused. I don't know about the court, but for me, you are excused. So that is a whole crime that needed this whole passage for an hour, a lecture. But honestly speaking, those rules were for him. They were not for defense counsel. I don't think the book said for the defense counsel should behave like it was for him. It was for the court.
What was Mnisi supposed to say when a man says he wants to go back in?
How? And he was like, that's a court of law in South Africa. No, it's only your court where these shenanigans are happening. And it's all because of you, in my opinion. And your decorum. It's very questionable, in my opinion. The presiding officer, he said, should not get involved in lengthy questioning of cross-examination and certainly not instructing the prosecutor or even the defense how to run the state's case or their case. But isn't that what he does? Question. He even said that this is why he gave them the case of S versus Cooper, because he did not want to intervene and say that the question was irrelevant. But he said before that questions coming from the defense were irrelevant. Do you guys remember that?
Even by saying that it does not matter the time. That is saying the question is
irrelevant. He does that.
Yes, he does that.
So this was advice for him, and he seems to not be performing well, in my opinion. You know. And also, did you catch the shade he threw at Dalindyebo, the king?
What did you say to Dalindyebo?
He said that supposedly he was referencing his case another, he always has cases. One of his cases that he had, and he was like, supposedly some king in the Eastern Cape. I'm like, Ivan. What is going on? Supposedly some king in the Hebatung. I'm like, what is going on? What did the king do to you? And then he said that the court is not allowed to cross-examine any witness. But yet he does. Does he not?
I don't know what he calls it. He says it's
seeking clarity.
Yeah, this
for
court
my
is
understanding.
not gonna sit and live without understanding.
I spoke of a judge who refused for a witness to be recalled and said that he will never do that. And yet he does it when the state is failing to answer questions. The witnesses are failing. And when the defense has the same request, he denies it to them, in my opinion. Well, the judge said that he read that book last night because he was worried about the decorum inside the court. And he said all of us must show each other respect and decorum. Why can't you just let Advocate Baloyi know that he cannot speak for the witness? Let the witness answer their questions. There's no need for him to be now quoting the record and all of that and not really explaining his objections. Why can't you tell him? That's very troubling. Well, Mnisi resumed his cross-examination and started by remarking on what the judge had read and said. And Mnisi said, now I'm not sure if I raise my voice, I'll be badgering the witness, but nonetheless, we proceed. He said, I could discern no acrimony between myself and Colonel Steyn. However, let us proceed. He asked Steyn, we were trying to make...
There was nothing.
Hey?
There was nothing to actually make a judge sleep in the morning.
Nothing.
Nothing.
And he said, we were trying to make amendments to that table. You would recall you made amendments where it says start date and time. You further said there should be a change in the towers, and Steyn said that's correct. Mnisi said you made changes to the times and said the towers would have to change. Is it correct that while we were trying to do that, you could not find the document that could assist you? You later said you were not sure which change to effect because there was movement. Steyn said that he wanted to apologize for losing his temper. He was tired and irritated. Okay. Akfan. And then after, he said he went home, he searched for the right paper, and he said that he was able to give the right tower. It doesn't change anything. Kelly was on her way from Kimberley to Joburg, and it doesn't change the fact that there was communication between the two numbers. The manner in which
this evidence was presented, tell me if I'm wrong. Wasn't it presented as if it's the accused that were in Limpopo?
It was initially in his testimony last year. It was. He said they picked up towers of accused number 5 somewhere in some farm in Limpopo. He did. So Steyn also introduced a new exhibit, you guys. 1 page. Okay. This 1 page, in my opinion, has the potential to change everything for him. That's my opinion. But it was allowed, it was allowed. It was not a big deal. It was not a biggie like it usually happens. And I'm like, but where are the rules? Can he spend this night not sleeping as well and find the rules about the introduction of new evidence? We would like to know for the benefit of the public. What happens when you are in cross-examination and you left out something and you have to introduce one piece of evidence? How do we handle that situation? Should we say this is a trial by ambush? Should we come to that conclusion? Because it's starting to feel like that. Well, Mnisi said after realizing that he had now been introduced to a new exhibit, he requested for an adjournment to go through that document, and the judge gave him 15 minutes. And when they came back, Mnisi said to Steyn, you said there should be a change. And Steyn said that it changes to the 3rd of August 2014, 004711. And the tower is 2G Dorenpan, MTCEN, 3G Volmarants. And I stand by my point. He said that she was moving from Kimberley to Joburg. This is Kelly that he's talking about. Then Mnisi said, who was moving? And Steyn said the cell phone. And Mnisi asked him which cell phone was moving, and Steyn said the one ending with 4358. So Mnisi asked him, that is the cell phone which allegedly received a call from the number ending 202. And Steyn said that's correct. Mnisi asked him, where do we get that in your affidavit? And Steyn said that it's not in that statement. That's why he's here to explain to the court where it's coming from. And he said, and I already mentioned in my previous statement that I combined the two as a working document. That's why I'm here to explain to the court. I was saying. So Mnisi now asked him, in your previous testimony, did you mention that? And Steyn said, I did mention it. I also mentioned that I worked on the section 205 as well as the downloads. So Steyn said that he mentioned that it was around Dorenpano, Volmarat's towers. So Steyn said they did not add the +2 hour rule. That's why they rectified it in the new statement. So now this new statement, this one page that was handed in this morning, because yesterday we were stuck in the other tower not having been added 2 hours. Do you guys remember that? So today he came with a new statement and he corrected that in that new statement to say that now today he added the +2 hours on those other towers. And he did not want to admit that it was a rectification, because Mnisi was asking him, so this is a rectification? And he said no. But then what is it? What is it? It's amazing how in this court they are getting away with so much. Steyn is getting away with a lot in this court. It really is. So Mnisi then said, in terms of recalling of evidence overnight, in terms of the document, where do I get the information that on the 3rd of August at 000447 at the tower, Volmarans, Dorenport. Yes. The number ending 4358 received a call from the number ending 202. And Steyn said that you won't get it on that page. You must go to the downloads. Then you will see the same time as this one and what call was made. So Mnisi said, so the document you presented here is useless. Steyn said it's not useless. It gives the court an indication of the tower reception. He said, remember that the download only mentions time and communication between the two numbers. So Steyn confirmed that time is the only amendment that should be effected. Mnisi then asked him, is it correct that yesterday you told the court that in terms of the second call on Fine-Tillingham's statements, and because it was made via normal airtime, there is no additional of the 2 hour rule? Steyn said, no, I didn't mention that. Mnisi said, you didn't say that. Steyn said, I said the 2 hour rule is applicable. So Mnisi said, now in my notes, I have it as I put it to the witness. I request indulgence from the court. If it is not so, I will withdraw. But before I withdraw it, I request an adjournment. I want to explore this point. Steyn then said, if I said something wrong, I will rectify it here. I don't see where the problem is. So the judge asked Steyn if it is scientifically it was possible. And Steyn said that there was no need for the change. They changed the time, but the tower was the same. So there was no need to change the cell name. It was in the same vicinity. So I I have no idea what Steyn was talking about there. And so did Mnisi, funny enough. But the judge, Judge Fagazile, decided to add some spice to the boykikos, you know. And he said the way that he understands Steyn, he's the only one, in my opinion, who understands him, because I didn't understand anything that Steyn was saying with regards to these 2 hours. It didn't make any sense. I tried to put 2 and 2 together. I couldn't follow. I don't understand him. But then the judge decided, you know what? He said, the way I understand you, talking to Steyn, he said, the determinants of adding the 2 hours is not predicate on the situation of the tower. And I was like, Ukulumangani. What is he talking about? Then Steyn said, that's correct, my lord. I would like for Steyn to translate and summarize what the judge has just said, because if it's correct, then he's the only one who understands Steyn at this point. But yeah, he also said for 2 hours she was still in the same vicinity. This is Steyn now saying that Kelly Khumalo, for those 2 hours she was still in the same vicinity. So the judge said, in other words, if he had moved to the next tower, then you change it. But if it's the same tower, there's no need to change it. Guys, what was the judge saying? What was he saying? He eventually allowed for Mnisi to adjourn like he was requesting. And I think he said he will give him 30 minutes or something like that. And I was like, yo, this is where I felt like, what are we witnessing? What are we being subjected to? He said he's recalling Steyn because he didn't understand him the last time, while he was doing this same thing that he's doing now, explaining, saying, according to my understanding. He's doing it, and then he's gonna recall him again after things are not adding up again and say, I don't understand, because we are here at this state, at this level, because the judge does not understand and did not understand Steyn. So sorry about the noise, you guys. I think it's getting louder now. Yeah, we have a small baby. Yeah, we have a small baby who's come to visit, and you know what? Yeah. But there, someone is attending to them. We've got a nanny now. But hey, it's difficult. Okay, sorted. Sorry about that, you guys. So after the adjournment, apparently the part of the record was played in open court. So Steyn was heard saying that the second call was made via airtime, and he just asked if it's the internet. Then Steyn responded that it's not the data, but a normal call. He continued by saying that the time of the call, which was 17:33:57, and the duration is 98. He's also heard saying this one was different from the downloads because you add 2 hours in the download. So the cell phone data from Vodacom and the service provider is the real time. Mnisi said, I want to correct one thing. I said that it was on Feintelingem's statement. So Mnisi said that he made a mistake by referring to Feintelingem's statement when Steyn said he was talking about his statement. So Steyn said, I stand by what I said. There's no difference. So now, what I'm getting now is that Steyn is not admitting to anything. So he was recalled to come and deny that he changed the numbers. What they are having, the numbers are different. But Steyn is saying there's no difference. So that's what I picked up at this rate and at this level, that, okay, we are going nowhere slowly. Steyn is not going to admit to any mistake or any discrepancy here. he's not going to do it. He's going to be blind and not admit to anything. So he was recalled to come and not admit to anything and pretend that everything is the same. The PDF and the Excel, everything is the same and nothing was changed. This is the cross-examination under Advocate Mnisi. We still have Khumalo and we still have Mshololo. We're at a level where state will not admit anything. So we'll see what happens as he continues to be cross-examined. Then Mnisi then said, the witness said when a call is made when using data, the 2-hour rule applies. This witness says that when it's made from normal airtime and not using data, the record you're receiving from the service provider does not change. Mnisi said, is that what you said? And Steyn said, no, I was telling my wife I might as well relocate to Joburg because it is going to take a long time to explain to him how it's working. And he's saying this to the judge. He's not saying this to Advocate Mnisi, saying that he was telling his wife that he might as well relocate because it's going to take a long time for Mnisi to get what he was saying, even though what he was saying made absolute no sense. So this was disrespectful right here, and Mnisi checked him quite quick. He said, now he's being sarcastic, my lord. And the court has just indicated to him in the morning that he will have to avoid being sarcastic. I don't understand, where does the wife get in and his relocation to Joburg come in the context of the question I'm trying to ask him? But I'm also capable of doing that. Mnisi said that on the record, he said that this is real time because that call was made from airtime. And Steyn refused to admit it. He said, if you listen further, I did mention that at 17:33, then on the last sentence, I mentioned plus 2-hour rule. So he was not going to admit anything anymore or at all if he's ever admitted to anything at this point. Mnisi said, let's listen further. What has these 2 hours got to do with the birth of Christ is what the judge asked Steyn. And at some point, Mnisi was like, are you asking me or are you asking the witness? So now it's reading very much like the judge wants Mnisi to stay away from this plus 2-hour rule. This plus 2 hour, we told you about it. It's a problem. It's a problem, and it's literally making Steyn look very dodgy, in my opinion. Why did he add these 2 hours? For what reason? And now he can't even explain properly as to why he added them, and some parts he did not add them. It's a mess. What I can tell you is that it's a mess. It's a bloodbath. I don't know how he's going to come back from this one. Well, the judge also tried, it feels like he's assisting, in my opinion. He said to this as well, he said, isn't this about whether Kelly was in contact with accused number 5? Does it affect the calls? Does it affect the communication? And Steyn said, no, nothing. How can it not affect the communication when you are adding 2 hours? How can it not affect the calls when you are adding 2 hours? Because literally the time changes. You are adding 2 hours. So if Kelly Khumalo made a call at 8 o'clock, because you added 2 hours, it reads as Kelly Khumalo having made a phone call at 10 o'clock. How does that not change the communication? So Mnisi then asked if he was asking him or the witness, and the judge said that the witness. He said Mnisi can go with his cross-examination that was for his understanding. This is for my understanding, Funny how you read stuff that actually you shouldn't be doing that, but you're doing it either way. and you're defying what you were reading in the morning. I don't know how this works, but in my opinion, this is a mess. Okay, this is a mess. I don't know why he can't make a practical decision right now and say, but the state has no case. But we will drag it. We will be dragged into this mess. So Steyn said the fact remains there were calls. Mnisi then says, so you stand by your testimony that on the 15th of October 2014 at 19:33:57, there was a call made by the number ending with 202-9202 that is said to belong to accused number 5 to 4358, the one that is said to belong to Kelly Khumalo, lasting 98 seconds. And Steyn said yes. And that's the information obtained from downloads. Mnisi then said, who prepared the downloads? Steyn. And then Steyn said they were prepared by Sergeant Mushwana using the XYRY system. And Mnisi turned to Steyn's testimony that he made last year on the 27th of July. Now, this is when Steyn revealed the calls between Kelly Khumalo and accused number 5. And it says here, he said, Mr. Steyn, you are no longer a colonel. In my opinion, you are retired. But when Mnisi was addressing him as Mr. Steyn, all of a sudden he's like, Colonel Steyn. And this, of course, is coming from what the judge did earlier in the morning. He gave Steyn confidence. Confidence to say, okay, I'm reassured. The judge is on my side. You understand? So I can do whatever I want. I can force Mr. Mnisi to call me a colonel even though I'm retired. So I was like, okay, is this all of this necessary though? You can't answer the questions, Mr. Steyn. But here you are busy insisting that you be called a colonel. And you keep reminding the court that you are retired. And here you are insisting that the court calls you colonel. What does it matter? How does it change the fact that your testimony is not strong? Mnisi apologized. He's definitely more emotionally mature than me. I'm gonna say me because I don't have the patience, okay? But he said, you know what? I'm sorry. I'll probably get used to saying colonel. Now you knew all along that he had the downloads, that the information you had would give different information than what you give or what you gave here. And Steyn said, I did not know. Mnisi then said, you did not know you had the downloads. Steyn said, I did say that I forgot to add 2 hours. And I did say I did an extraction from the section 205. So Mnisi then said to him, you forgot to add such vital information. I put it to you the different information you forgot to give. And Steyn said that he forgot. He said, I did not see it as important. The fact of the matter is that the call was made, he said. Mnisi then said, I'm saying to you, when you have your evidence, you forgot to add the 2-hour grace. And Steyn said that time, yes. Mnisi then said, you are very forgetful. And Mnisi expressed himself to say that it's an unfortunate situation. They have not been given the word to use if they want to say that a person is lying. So he cannot say that Steyn is lying. And Mnisi asked him, you did not forget the information that you gave. Is information you came here prepared to deliver. Do you have any comment? And Steyn said, I'd like the court to ask him to withdraw the word lie. Are they audacity, guys? I was stated as me, Bishop. Hi there, yeah, hi, Nyam. You know, yeah, he has the most, I don't know how to describe this, but lying and not wanting to be called a liar is something else, eh? Allegedly. Well, he's already painted me in the media as a liar. That's what he's saying. He's saying Mnisi has painted him as a liar. His work has not been good. His work has been not good at all. And he's saying Mnisi is the one painting him as a liar in the media. And why does he care what the media has to say about him? Why does he care? And where did they paint Mnisi as Steyn as a liar in any media? Because as far as we know, or as far as we have seen, the media doesn't really go that route. I mean, they don't want to call a spade at this point. And we've complained about it before in the past, that now that there's a discrepancy, it's all silence. So where in the media have they painted Steyn as a liar? Can someone direct me to that path very quickly? I would like to see it. But he's saying that Mnisi is painting him as a liar in the media. I don't know. Why do you care about the media? You should be caring about this evidence that you are presenting. It's not coming together. That should be your highest concern. Not what the media is saying about you. Your work will speak for itself. So the court, he said, called me to clarify. I have the downloads in the section 205. The evidence is here. And the judge asked him, do you have any countervailing evidence that the kernel is incorrect? He said that he needed to use the opinion of another expert to contradict Steyn's assertion, like he would allow it. Would he allow it? Would he allow for them to get another opinion at this point? And then I don't understand this judge sometimes. I just feel like it's pointless. At this point, it's pointless. What are we even trying to do? Well, Mnisi asked Steyn that you knew all along that you had the downloads and the information on there will give a different view from what you put down here. Steyn said, no, I didn't know. I did mention to the court that I forgot to put it the 2-hour rule. How did you forget, Steyn? How did you forget? Which is why I strongly believe that this 2-hour rule was to remove Longwe's message of I'm outside from 5 o'clock to somewhere before 7 o'clock. How can you have forgotten? You didn't forget to put it on Longwe's SMS, but you forgot to put it everywhere else. That's my opinion. Because honestly, it doesn't make sense. I hear some of the comments are saying, but yes, that's what you do. You add 2 hours. I don't understand it. I don't understand. Why do you have to add 2 hours? Vodacom extracted data from this country. We're using one time zone in this country. Why are you adding 2 hours? Well, Mnisi then said you forgot to add such vital information in your affidavit. You forgot to add that at some spots I did not add the 2 hours. I only added them for Longwe's SMS, allegedly. Allegedly. Well, there were instances in which you could have included the 2-hour time and you forgot. Is that not so? And Steyn said, correct. Mnisi said you also forgot to mention the 2-hour rule. And Steyn said, it does not matter. I didn't see it as important. It does not change the fact that the calls were made. Then Mnisi said, you are very forgetful, Colonel. Through all the process from drawing of statement, you mentioned nothing and you came and said you forgot. And then Mnisi said, the reason why you forget, say, I'm going to be frank and brutally honest. The court did say we must not use words like lying. What I'm going to put to you is that you didn't forget. The information you gave on the record here is what you were prepared for. You didn't forget. Steyn said, I'm going to ask you to withdraw the word lying. You already paint me black in the media and said I'm going to take it. Mnisi said, I put it to you that this did not happen because you forgot, but because you wanted to fabricate some of the non-existent evidence to implicate accused number 5 to look like her and him had a conversation with the number ending 4358, allegedly belonging to Kelly Khumalo. And Steyn said that's not true. There was communication between the two numbers. So already, guys, you can feel Hore. Steyn is not going to admit to those discrepancies. That's where we are. And he said, I only think I made a mistake was the tower because I didn't put the 2-hour rule. Yeah. If sticking to your lie was a person, I'm sure it would look something like Colonel Steyn. We still don't have clarity as to how those numbers are different. We still have no clarity as to how they gave accused number 5 this number. Because without this, there's no connection between accused number 5 and Kelly. And there's no explanation for it. We just have to make peace with it. And according to Steyn, there are no differences. And he's sticking by his story, Kesan. He's sticking to it. Then Mnisi said, the fact that you admit that you made a mistake at all costs, you wanted to formulate that accused number 5 made contact. What you testified about differs from what Fine Dillingham said. And Steyn said, I didn't fabricate anything. And Mnisi continued to tell him that in your attempt to extend your web of fabrication, let's look at Exhibit K5 and K5C. The information contained in K5, which I believe is the one from Vodacom, and K5C, which is the one from Steyn, differs on towers. In K5, you say that 4358 picked a call at Britscop, and in K5C, you say that 4358 picked up a call in Raaivlei, Wolmaranstad, and Doornbaan. Steyn said that's right, it's 100% correct. So Mnisi then said even K5 and K5C, the information is incompatible with each other. So this is now Mnisi having picked up another mistake, another discrepancy. It's like the further this cross-examination goes, the worse it becomes for Steyn. And I kind of understand maybe why the judge is now trying to save Steyn, in my opinion. Uyangena, trying to rescue him. Well, the judge accused Mnisi of saying that he said that all the information in Exhibit 555, Exhibit K5, was fabricated. While Mnisi did not say that, okay? He never said that. He said he pointed out to one particular discrepancy. And the judge, when he's explaining it to Steyn, is saying that they are saying that Steyn fabricated the entire document, which was wrong. And also, Steyn expressed to the fact that him and Pinky worked together. He actually said that Pinky is the one who handled the very same documents from Vodacom. And the judge asked that she be recalled. So now we are sitting where this is going to be prolonging some more, where Pinky Fine Dillingham from Vodacom will have to be recalled. So now we are going to be stretched yet again. And this will be a going nowhere slowly case. And they were gonna keep recalling these witnesses. Unfortunately, we are at that level and at that stage. And Mnisi reminded the judge also towards the end that it is actually him who prohibited them from recalling a witness. And he said that they said that he gave an example of the time Host was testifying to say that since he was not the one who compiled a specific statement, then he shouldn't testify on it. So he said he's merely just referencing from that when he's saying that Steyn shouldn't be testifying on the statement of Pingifa in Telengam, even though Steyn is saying, no, we work together. But did you really work together? That is the question. And then, now that there's a difference between the one Pinky handed you guys and the one that you have, why is it the difference, and why are you failing to explain those differences? So Mnisi was like, but the court is the one that came up with this whole thing. It's not I, okay, to say that the witness cannot testify on another witness's statement. So Steyn did not compile the Section 205 from Vodacom, and the judge said that it is not allowed for them to stop and listen to the record in court. You know, that's not how it happens. In the CSA, even Zondo, they asked to read. But then Mnisi and Mshololo actually reminded him, but in the Constitutional Court, the record is already available. It's already available. There's no need for them to request. The reason why they listen is because it hasn't been typed out yet to be read in a document. Sometimes that process takes long. So if it's not yet available, for instance, with this one that Mnisi was listening to, it happened when? Was it 2 days? 2 days ago, or it was a year ago, I think. So maybe they did ask for the copy of the record and didn't get it and then ended up listening. I don't know, but usually in that court, those transcripts are not available most of the time. So that's why they resort to listening. So yeah, guys, that's it from me. That's it. I think the lines can now open. You guys can call in and share your opinion, share your thoughts about the case. Mr. Anonymous will be returning. It's just that I'm not sure when he will be returning, but he will be coming back to share some of his thoughts, you know. So guys, for now, you can call in. Let me just find a way of connecting this phone, but I want to hear what you guys have to say. Yeah, let me know what you thought, guys. Let me know what you thought. For now, I'm just gonna be looking this side to be technical. I'm gonna become the technical person for a bit. I'm gonna becoming a technical person for a bit, so that I can take your calls, you guys. Okay, I'll be with you now. I just want to connect the system here. Yeah, guys, like I said before, we are going through a lot, hey? We're going through a lot, but I'm gonna answer you guys. Just be patient. Just bear with me a bit. Bear with me a bit, and then I will definitely into phone calls. I just want to do something here so that I can connect the phone and you guys can be audible, because I don't know how everyone is gonna hear you if they can't hear you here. So that's what I'm trying to fix here. Okay, yeah, you can call. I sorted it out. Okay, Zanzi Reality, hi. Zanzi Reality, hello. Zanzi Reality, hi. Okay, you guys. One last shot. I can hear you, but everyone else can't hear you. I'm so sorry. Okay, let me do this. My goodness. This is Mr. Anonymous's phone. And I can't get access to it because I'm not here. Oh, what a disaster. Guys, let me pause for a bit. No? Hello, Zanzi Reality, hi. Zanzi Reality, hello. Zanzi Reality, hi. Oh, finally, I figured it out. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for your patience. Oh my God. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to the... No. Yes. He did say that. Mm. 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 I think Shololo is waiting for it. She has it under the... Mm. It feels like that even the last time with the other witness, it felt like that with Pinky Fine Tilengam. I don't know. Mm. Mm. No, I've I cannot quit. I cannot quit. I have invested a lot of time. Yes. I want to see the train smash. And now I'm addicted to seeing the train smash. I want to see it. Thank you. Thank you so much for calling. So yes, guys, you can call. I've figured out the lines. Okay, don't need to panic. No need to panic. Zanzi Reality, hi. Mzansi Reality, hello? I'm not audible. Okay, please don't hang up. Maybe I will figure it out now.
Hang up, just keep the sound and then just ask everybody if they can hear me. And
everyone,
then
is the sound back? Is the sound back? Can you hear me? Because it's pretty pointless.
Yeah, I think everybody is saying that they can't hear you on the. Oh yes, I think now they can hear me.
Can you hear me?
That's fine. I think the sound is all right now. Yes.
Okay, I can't even see the chat, you guys. It's so bad.
Yes, I can see the chat. I think they can hear me. Yes, they can. Yes, they say they can hear me. So it's good. It's all good. Okay, yes, they can. I can see the chat. It's fine. It's all right.
All right. Please continue.
Not a train smash. We're back. We're back. Not a train smash. Let's relax. Okay. And keep it going. How are you doing?
I'm stressed.
There's no need to be stressed. There's no need to be stressed. Just come down. We're all here to support you.
Okay.
And it's not a train smash, right? Let's get into it. The people can hear us, I think.
Thank you.
Yes, they can hear us. So that's good. Let's get back into the swing of things, darling. We're okay.
Yeah,
all right? Yeah. Okay. You know what? Today was a mess.
Yeah.
I was very sad. I was deflated. I was, basically I just wanted to give up. But then I asked myself, I thought, well, if people like us give up, then who's going to hold the line? Do you know what I mean? We all need to stay in this and hold the fort till the end.
It's true.
I was just so surprised by the drivel. That was nothing but drivel. That whole lecture for an entire hour, this man he was basically lecturing to himself because everything that he was talking about
was
about him.
Yes.
This is a man who has been berating those defense counsels for almost a year now. We've been listening to him. He's been disrespectful of the lady advocate over there. And, he's been giving evidence on behalf of the witnesses. We've all watched, we've all seen. So I was actually very surprised that he didn't sleep at night. He went and took this big book to come in the morning just to come and lecture people on things that he should be lecturing to himself about. And he's also looking for cases that actually confirm what he wants to tell us. Basically, it's just confirmation bias, right? He's looking for cases that support his frame of mind. He doesn't even seem to be doing any introspection on his own behavior. Do you know what I mean? And then Steyn can't even explain anything. Steyn can't even explain anything. This, if he's going to add 2 hours and he's an expert, Steyn should be coming in there and be able to explain to us how he got to the 2 hours and why he's adding the 2 hours. Because an expert should tell us why, how, and when. When do they add the 2 hours? How does he do it? And why is he adding the 2 hours? Because we are clueless. And Rata is sitting there behaving as if he knows why the 2 hours is being added there. Does he understand why this man is adding the 2 hours? This guy can't even explain what he's doing.
No.
And then the next thing he comes in and he tells us that, oh, yesterday I made a mistake and I corrected it today with this piece of paper. So in South African courts, when witnesses give testimony or when they give their statements to the police, right? And the police take those statements to the NPA, and then now it's court time, people come to court. So if I've made a statement, I can go about rectifying my statement every day. So every day when I come into court and the defense cross-examines me, and then I realize that, oh my goodness, they spotted something. So I'm given an opportunity to go back and change it and then come tomorrow and say, okay, I've changed it. Is that how things work? Is that justice? Is that how justice works in South Africa? So witnesses can keep changing their statements as the trial goes to rectify things. So then how is the defense supposed to prove the credibility of a witness? If somebody is not credible, is that not part of what the defense is there for? To poke holes in somebody's testimony. So if the defense pokes holes in somebody's testimony, then the witness is allowed to go back and change it and rectify it. Is this what we call call justice? Is this justice? Come on, people. This is disgusting.
It is. No lies.
Disgusting. And people should be up in arms and angry about this.
We should
and I'll keep asking this question every day. Are these defense lawyers helpless? Is there no recourse? Can they do anything? Are they going to sit through the entire trial with this nonsense? Are they going to allow this to happen? And I feel sorry for that Sibia young man over there. His uncle is paying for this. He's paying Mgomezulu to be there every day.
Yes.
So with all these court delays, Mgomezulu is not pausing the tab. He's charging for his time in the courtroom. And if nothing is happening and there's no progress, money is going to run out. Oh my gosh, I'm so angry. Anyway, Emily, I love you so much. You guys take care. I love you. Keep the lights on. To all my people, keep liking the video, sharing and subscribing.
Thank you so much, guys, for the support and everything, and for calling in. Please keep the calls coming because this is important. You can't.
Yes, darling. We will keep calling. I love you, sweetheart. Take care.
Thank you. Bye, guys. You can still call. The lines are still open. You can come and share your thoughts and rant and vent, whatever suits your fancy. Please call in because hey. And I think it's very important that we keep this going. For now, I feel like it's the only thing we have. It's literally the only thing we have, as well as the live broadcasting from the SABC and the media houses. If it wasn't for them, I have a feeling that these people would have been convicted a long time ago. And we'd just be reading the reports. And this is just my speculation of everything, how it's unfolding. So I feel like this platform is the only thing we have where we can speak what we truly think without being censored and all of that. So let's just keep it going. The lines are open. You guys can call in. I fixed everything, hopefully. I saw on the chat here, you guys are saying everything is fine. The sound is back. Oh, thank God. Thank goodness. I've had to use my phone to see what you guys are saying because I can't see it on the screen. The screen is too far away from me. And here at CD, Anamo Happy saying, and this clarification was supposed to be at least 2 days max. Yeah, the clarification. It was supposed to be 2 days max, wasn't it? It was just supposed to be dealing with the clarification. Now we are heading to Thursday. I have a feeling even by Friday, Steyn will still be on that witness box. And he still has to explain the discrepancies, and we are nowhere near that. The best that he's done today is to say that there are no differences. So he has decided to close his eyes and be blind and say, you know what, there are no differences. So someone is saying here that all that summary was meant for the Mzansi reality and the likes of court of public opinion. That summary, no. It was speaking to him, actually. The presiding officer, the judge. It was for him. It was not for anybody else. But it seems like it flew over his head or something. I don't know what's happening. Yes. Mzansi Reality, hello.
Hello. Good
Hi.
morning. Good morning.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Hi, I'm stressed, but I'm thanking God that I figured the calling system out.
Finally, I was getting depressed there. You were laughing alone. I'm like,
I laugh when I'm stressed. You guys must have figured that out about me by now. I laugh when I'm really going through a lot.
No. I hear for you. Don't worry. This is
Thank
for all of
you.
us. This is not for you alone.
Thank you so
A
much.
quick one, just Emilia speaking to Mrs. Right.
Hi, Sifisokuhle.
Look, Mr. Sekai, you know what happened today set me back to think deeply. But alleged, let's just leave alleged.
Yeah, just to be safe.
Judge Rata was placing into his case strategic it was not just a mistake for him to be brought back from his retirement. If you carefully watch what is happening, this man has time. Judge Maumela had to be removed allegedly because he was the serving judge, and the serving judge with the record of today's judgment. And therefore, this case was going to, put a pressure into him as sort of a scale. How long does it take to deliver judgment? And with that was going to compromise allegedly the state in covering and patching up this nonsense that is happening. Now you've got a man who looks down upon black people, more especially black poor people, and takes a trophy over the alleged others of the color. Now we have to play someone who's playing to the gallery of the state. And by the looks of the things, I don't really see us having a justice at the end of the day. I really don't. This man is using law to defend his nonsense in a nefarious way. Time and again, he quotes, I listen, I'm not the type of judge who just sits there. But he does not listen.
No, he doesn't.
He interferes. He enters into the arena. He plays with the law the way he likes. And I'm worried, Emily, with what Mr. Anonymous once said, that this man is going to set judgment that later on is going to be an authority that is going to tomorrow gain one of us.
Yeah.
That's the danger of what this man is doing. And I'm wondering, really wondering about JP Justin Mlambo. Is he following this case or he just plays this man and say, how did I'll see? I'm worried. I'm really concerned. But I'm also concerned with, bodies of law fraternity, your Black Lawyers Association, your Pan-Africanists, your Ukuba. What are they doing? Are they not observing this misjustice? I call it the process of injustice. I'm worried about the legal fraternity as to how Rata is doing things. So Rata is behaving like umntana lo choose for a that's what we call it. Because you just do whatever you like because of right, and therefore we must be scared of you. I'm worried, Emily, that this man at the end of the day is going to set judgment that is later going to be an authority, and then tomorrow one of us might find crippled by that authority. I mean, look at, before I drop the call, look at how he covers everything. He goes and quotes a law so that the witnesses can be protected. Was it not about Zandile who were undermining the advocate, say, Unamanga, Manga Slaza la? Was it not Zandile? Where was this law that he read the entire night? Was it not Ramusipulu who was reminding witnesses that he's an advocate of the court when he was, posed with very, bad ways? If you can say, today there's an authority. You know what Ratas does? I think even other people are noticing. He creates a ambit for witness to come and disrespect the decorum of the court, to come and undermine the advocate. But if the advocates do the same, in fact, they don't do the same, they poke, question, he then comes and creates a facade to protect the witness, to say, Mnisi, you can go transfer, but you must never go that far. The law says this. As I dropped the call, I mean, I so wish the advocates can stop being tactical and be straight, like how TEF was. Advocate TEF was there for a purpose. Now our defense are playing with they are playing a Sunday karate. They want to be technical. Ubangaba, did you add 2 hours or did not? They were supposed to say, was the call there? If the call was there, why this and that? Stop being technical now. Just go straight to the call. I mean, to the point, like advocate would say, advocate Steve. And now I understand why Steve is where he is currently. Remove Steve from this thing because of he was not playing this thing of law for R versus R at Port 1928. He was telling the witness that Zandile was killed by Ulong was outside. Simple. Let's just move from there. Do you deny or you don't deny? You see now it's a semantics. Balo was saying, sorry, my lord, the advocate has been accepted. Those things, they don't matter now. Now we need to speak straight and frank about, you did this, you didn't do that. But otherwise, they show, was the song, don't panic,
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for calling. Yo, speaking of advocate, therefore, yeah, he really wanted it to be straight to the point. He didn't like all of this charade and this jiggy and this. He just wanted to be put straight. Do you deny or you don't deny? Finish and klar. He didn't want this whole thing because at the time it didn't make sense. But now I see what advocate therefore was faced with. And even now, guys, please keep him in your prayers. Pray for advocate therefore. He's still in the jail. So yes, you can keep calling. Right now the lines are still open. I haven't closed them yet. I'm still hoping that Mr. Anonymous will come back. Okay, so now I'm gonna read your chats as I wait to receive another call, or look at the WhatsApp here. Maybe there are messages that I've been getting, you guys have been sending, and maybe you have interesting things to say about the case. I don't know if I should play this recording. I haven't listened to it before, but someone says, "Good morning, Winston from Namibia. I'm more confused than I was. Maybe you guys can help me understand. Has Baloyi and Steinhoff approve in any way this internet calls?" Okay, not Steinhoff, it's Steyn. Let me take this call. Mzansi Reality, hello.
Hello.
Hi. It's Mzansi Reality.
Hi,
Live.
Emily.
Hello, how are you?
All right, thank you. Sorry, I tried calling with normal call, but I think it's not going through, and then I had to call on WhatsApp. Yeah.
Thank you for keeping on trying and not giving up.
No, that's all right. And you're doing a good job today. You were struggling a little bit with technicality, but you managed to get it right. You always learn. You see now, if Mr. Ano is not there, you can run with it. That's
I
good.
can run. Yeah, it's kind of scary. Yeah, now I can do it without Mr. Ano.
I just few pointers. You know, in this whole thing. Just my background, I work in telecommunications. I work in telecom in South Africa. Now I work in telco here in Australia. Yeah. So the tower stories, it's my stuff. It's stuff that I understand. So yeah, and when Steyn is saying the core data is not on the 205, but it's in his download, how is it possible? Because your phone does not capture tower information. It captures calling a person. Does not capture a tower. So information when you're talking about a tower, it has to come from the network provider. Vodacom, MTN, Cell C, Telkom. They are the ones that will give you information about the tower. The police does not own a tower. How do they know that Shinkai called on this tower? They won't know. So information, the source of the information must be section 205. That's the source of the information. Not because otherwise, why would they go and apply for section 205? If police, they've got all the core data information on who called who by downloading the phone, they wouldn't go.
He's wrong for saying that he had downloads. He has the tower in the downloads. Yes.
I'm quite sure he is wrong, because how does he? Yeah. Because Emily, how does police know that there is a tower for Vodacom? They don't know. Vodacom, only Vodacom. Because one other thing that you don't know about the tower, Emily, is, these telcos, they actually share a tower. They'll put one tower, and then different telcos, they put equipment on the tower. Yes. Because Vodacom and MTN, and they don't go and put a tower there. No. If you see on all those towers that you see, those, they decorated like a flower or like a tree. Yes. It's equipment that they put. So it is called co-location. Because what will be the point of having 5 towers or 6 towers in one location? You put one tower, and then you come and put your equipment. You share rent. You share the expenses of running the tower. That's co-location. And only the cell phone provider can tell us that this is the information. Because they're the ones that have got the data. So you cannot have a source data that says it came from a download. How? Can you please take your phone and download it and show us the tower information that came from it? No, it's not possible. It's not possible. Yeah. It's the source of cell phone information, calls, SMS, tower information is Section 205. If you don't use Section 205, please cut us all the slack and let's move on with life. There's nothing like that.
Sure. Thank you for this information. Thank you.
Oh, good. Yeah. And in your spare time, Emily, I want you to watch a show called Digital Evidence. It's like a series. I think it has got 20 or 15 episodes. Just Google it and say digital evidence. It will actually help you even more understand how Brigadier was supposed to go about when he was using this tower information, because he got it wrong.
The show is Digital Evidence.
Digital evidence. If you just Google digital evidence series or show, you'll be able to find. I'm not sure whether it's on Prime or whether it's on Netflix. I'm not too sure. Yeah, but in one of those ones. Yes. Yeah. All right. Because I'm confused by Steyn's evidence. He can go, like I said again. He can also take another 3 weeks of cross-examination. He will never tell us the real story of this cause. And the story comes from Pinky.
What's even scary is that he's adding 2 hours, even on the towers as well. It's amazing.
No, you can't. No, you can't. That's what I'm saying. I'm amazed that police have got tower information. It's based on what? How can explain to me, how does police track information on towers that belong to Chelsea or to Vodafone? How? It's not possible. The source of data is Section 205. That is the source. Oh, good. Thanks for that.
Well, Netta here is saying that I should ask you to contact the defense.
I don't mind. I don't mind again help Mnisi and again help you because he needs to ascertain what is the source of the call. The source is Section 205. That's it.
Yeah, Icon. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. All good. Thanks, guys. Cheers. Bye.
Thank you for calling. Bye. Okay, guys. Okay, that's about it. I'm gonna give you guys a little bit more like a I don't even know how time I have. Usually we cut it at 2 hours. Okay, I still have 2 more minutes, so you guys can call in. Okay, just before it hits 2 hours, then we can wrap it up. I'm gonna give you one last caller, just one more. But as I wait for that caller to come through, let me read that WhatsApp for you guys that I had received. And it says here, I'm more confused than I was. Maybe you guys can help me understand. Has Baloyi and Steyn prove in any way this internet calls? A whole week down the drain. I'm really disappointed with Judge Rata from 1960. And one thing I can tell you about Namibians, we adore and see South Africa as our big brother, and we copycat almost everything that is happening in South Africa. Don't copycat everything. I'm under the courts. What is going on? Don't do that. But one thing I can say is that you guys have it better than the Americans. Check out the YSL of Young Thug, and there's Karen Reed, which is exactly the same as Senzo's case. All I said is that Judge Rata has to emancipate himself from apartheid slavery. I'm happy that his ruling that has been making is coming back to bite him. Allegedly, everything is alleged. Everything is alleged. So yeah, guys, that was the message I received from Namibia, all the way from Namibia. Yes, and yeah, I've seen Namibia, the relationship that it has with South Africa. It's one of a sibling one. I follow a couple of artists. They always like to share whenever they are at Namibia, and I can see that the vibe is kind of the same. I even saw some of the churches on TikTok. I'm like, these churches are like Zion. So it's like basically we share similar interests and similar stuff. So yeah, one day, maybe just one day, I might make it to Namibia. Who knows? Even Swaziland and Mozambique, including Zimbabwe. I still want to see. I want to go to Zimbabwe. And see what it's like. So yeah, you guys, that's about it from me. We are hitting 2 hours now. Okay, it's 1 hour 59. So I'm hitting 2 hours. I think I should pause here and probably brush up my skills of connecting the phone line so that should it happen next time, I know that what I'm supposed to do and not switch off the sound and stuff. But guys, love you so much. Even though I was struggling, I still would appreciate those likes. Please press the like button. It makes it easier for those who may have lost interest or no longer follow the case. Maybe when it pops up on their feed, they're like, okay, let me watch, That's why you press the like button so that the video is reached to the other subscribers and they see what is happening. Okay, one last caller. I'm going to take this one, you guys. I'm going to take it because I wasted time with the technicalities and stuff. Mzansi Reality, hello.
Yes, good morning, Emily.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good, and you?
Good.
Yes, share your thoughts.
Hi.
Rant.
Yeah, what else today? Let me start. This call is from Namibia. I'm just excited that you are planning to come here. Please come already.
Hey, I would love to visit Namibia. I just want to see you guys there. I want to see Namibia.
All right. Today in court, we are both angry and laughing at some time.
Hey.
We are laughing because of the lies that are being caught red-handed.
Yay.
But we are angry at the judge. Who wouldn't be?
Hey.
You wouldn't want someone with authority to be so biased. I'm telling you that the man, even when he sees that things are going left, he even gets to the arena. No prosecutor anymore to object. It's him now taking over, and you can vividly see a guilty conscience on his face. Even the way he's talking, he's shaking, he's feeling it. He got these dry lips. He keep trying to get saliva on his lips, but you can see that this is an imbalance someone. And how on earth do you just push agents for 2 consecutive days now when you see that the witness is being cornered? Aren't you looking for the truth?
Yay. I have no explanation for what Rata is doing. I don't know.
It's very scary. Isn't the JP worried about the wastage of time for this trial anymore?
No, he's not being mentioned anymore. He's only worried about it when the defense asks for stuff.
Can't what is his bluffing of and his throwing of politicians in big and high profile people in all his conversations, just to make him maybe look superior or maybe being familiar with them. What was this guy doing greatly after his retirement? Was he now being associated with all those elites that he throw his names, or that he associates his conversation always with? If I was from a Mandela crane, I would write an official letter to that man to say, stop dragging our respectable hero's name into whatever nonsense we are doing in that court. It's really embarrassing. Mandela was a great man, and he's even deceased. Yes. He should stop this. Let's do the Mandela way. Kill Mandela, resurrect. Kill Mandela, resurrect. Kill what? it's all nonsense. He wants seriousness in there. And he knows himself he's not doing it. He's really not doing it. This man is not like lost or like others are portraying, putting it like, maybe the guy is old, he's whatever. No, he knows exactly what he's doing. I don't know. We sometimes laugh, to be honest, but sometimes we are very much frustrated to see such happening. And you just don't know where are the high profile sober judges, where are the analysts, what are they saying? And even the media, you look at the South African news, they are not reporting about that biasness or that questionable character of the judge.
It's like nothing is happening.
Never, ever, ever, ever trust a retired judge anymore, because they come with an agenda, they come with a mandate to fulfill. You don't know who appointed them, especially in such a corrupt case. I
think
Senzo's life must continue resting in peace. Thank you, Emily. Good night.
Thank you so much for calling. So now I'm going to call you guys your names, those who were on the chat. I'm going to try and cover as many of you as I can. Gaby, thank you. Bongiwe, thank you. Let me start at the beginning. Xoliswa, thank you. Sizwe Mgaka, thank you. Zebra family. Lorato Mulausi, Hle, Xoliswa. Tidi Anamo happy. Our regular member, and Koim Kwanazi, and Colin Vadival, and Nete Sizwe Mgaka, Butu Ramukati, Mami Nkosinati, thank you so much for watching. Zakwe, our member, and Mamela Skunana, and thank you Mamela, and Belta, thank you. Tuli Tools, Mtimkulu, Hlele, Lola, Sizwe, Ngoni, thank you. Kwelagiti, thank you. And Sbongiseni, thank you. Musa, thank you. Gugu, thank you. Sbonelo, thank you. And Ngoni, thank you. And Mba, Koi, Akona, Gift. Who else am I leaving out? Elizabeth, thank you. And Joe, thank you so much for joining us on the live chat. Mami, thank you. And Sia Skulu, thank you. Colin, thank you. Gugu, thank you. I think I've called Gugu before. Ndlovu, thank you. Matimba, thank you. Miss Mbali, thank you. Sandile, Bongiwe. Who else am I not leaving out? Am I leaving out? Okay, Mr. Anonymous is here. Okay, Mr. Anonymous, welcome back. I'm so sorry about what happened. I'm so sorry about what happened. And Bongiwe, thank you. And Spamandla, thank you. CD, thank you. Ayanza, it's Ayanza with a Z. Thank you so much for joining us. And Sia, everyone else I've already called. Zetu, thank you. Winston, thank you. And Lola, thank you. So guys, thank you for joining the chat. Very sorry about the technical difficulties. Mr. Anonymous, I tried my best. I hope you're not too hard on me. And I hope I didn't ruin anything. I hope I didn't ruin anything. So guys, thank you so much for joining us. And until the next one, I think it's a bye from me. Mr. Anonymous, would you like to say anything? Nothing at all.
I would like to ask what happened.
Nothing happened. I was trying to connect the sound. At some point, there was no sound. It was just a mess. But I recovered.
You recovered?
I
What
think
what's
I
that?
recovered.
Why did you lose? I'm trying to find...
Okay,
Yeah.
you're trying to end the stream. I never touched the streaming thingy. I did not, I promise. So guys, can you hear me still?
Yeah,
You can call.
They can still hear you.
You can call, guys, since now we are struggling to see what is going on the screen. You can call, guys. You can call. Keep the lines coming for a bit, because now it seems like I did something, Mr. Anonymous. I think I ruined something here on... Oh my god, you guys, this technical thing, they stress me. Oh my god, they stress me so much.
Yeah, guys, let me just get a few people here. This is...
I think I read that.
Okay.
So what I saw was a voice recording, but I couldn't play it because I wasn't sure of how to do it.
Right.
So are you going to play the voice recording or not?
No, I'm not. I'm trying to find... I'm trying to find the stream, guys. That's why we're still here. It's gone.
Okay, let me... Is that one?
All right, guys, please like the video and share. So I think the one you trying to...
I tried playing it, but
Hey, Mr. Anonymous. Hey, Emily.
Oh, it's Jonathan.
Sorry. Yeah, I caught you at the beginning. I just have to take a nap. Busy morning later this morning. But just wanted to say that today I think the proceedings were just all over the place, and it's no thanks to what Rata has done to this case and previously. Like every time, it's same modus operandi. The witness becomes hostile. He comes back with a remand to the defense, and then tries to play it as if he's the good saint who's trying to protect the decorum of this court, but yet he's the same person who's degenerating this court by his antics, because he fails to being a judge, because he's going to remind us that he is not a passive judge, but he's a judge who wants to know, when he wants to be clear. His clarity only comes when the defense prosecutor can't be a prosecutor, and he then steps into those shoes trying to save them. Every time it is appalling. It is the worst kind of unethical behavior that Judge Mokgatleng has, and at this moment of time, he doesn't even deserve to be called a judge, because what he is really corrupt, both that, and I'm not going to say, this is not alleged, this is by the proof that we see live on our televisions, because if he wasn't in this biased courtroom, or as you put it, kangaroo court, we would not be dealing with such, animal farm behavior. So for me at this point, I'm really, really, I can't be upset anymore, but I lack to find justice or to see justice in this case, because clearly they are cooking, they are colluding, and he might deny it.
Zanzi, hello.
Hello, njani?
How's it going, Njani?
Siyaphila.
Yeah.
Emily,
Hi.
right.
Hi, right.
Ushintsha magiya lapha.
Hey.
Yeah, you have to learn.
Yeah, under
Yeah,
pressure.
sure. Yeah, tell Anonymous about that caller who said this in Australia. Tell Anonymous. Yeah,
Okay, Mr. Anonymous.
sure. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So, hey, I'm trying to, I just wanna say, hey, manje makuzobana i-defense makuyiwa kuma-recording ujaji angasali lapho. It's like every time where there is a point where they have to refer to the recordings or the scripts, the judge is there. All I'm saying, are you gonna win when you are defending or arguing about a point which comes with the judge? Like, are you gonna win? Because each and like today, Mnisi referred to a particular point. It's the judge who's involved there. Every time they go to record, even balloon, the judge is there putting his contribution there, or is the one who start with the argument. So how are you going to win in such a case where judge is so involved? But today he was reading the whole kind of laws, but he doesn't follow that law. He wants other people to follow it, but he doesn't care about it. When it suits him, Baloyi and his witnesses and Sibanda, they were butchering the Wontans, Lapaya, and the different witnesses, telling them that is lying. This one is lying. But the judge was quiet. But today, because it's Umlungu and the state, he must come in the morning and tell Mnisi not to go harder or to do what or to behave. But he's the one and Mr. Baloyi who are not behaving.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be difficult to win this case where a judge is so involved in everything. When you have to go back to the recording, where there is a point where they have to argue about it, Rata is there. His contribution already is there. So are you going to win with somebody who's defending his contribution?
Yeah.
It's going to be hard for defending. But all I'm going to say is that this case, it's all about you need somebody who have got a big heart.
Yeah.
You need somebody who have got a big heart to take a step. Because every time the defense is going somewhere, how on earth, Steyn he was there, he testified, he went, he resigned, he came back. Even today, he's still going to fetch other documents, other stuff, until must we force this state case in so much that the state and the judge cannot say, no, here we go, the defense is right, or here the state failed to but state must come back, Pinky must come back.
Yeah.
So it's by force, by fire, by force, the state must win this case. Judge Mata can defend state winner. You don't have how? So that's why I'm saying this case needs somebody with the big heart to take a decision to say, or whether they put an application or they do something, because this case is gonna. Numalo is not yet coming. Msholo is still going to come, but we are still talking about bringing Pinky back. So in this situation, if somebody it's easy to tell the state now, you are not ready, or this case is not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Go and fix your house, because you can't call somebody to ratify something. He still can't ratify it. He still needs time. Okay, like now today, Judge Rata just stopped Mnisi out of nowhere. Nobody asked for adjournment. He is the one. As a judge say, no, let's adjourn. For what? Because if Steyn is saying, I did this. I fetched this information from the 205 and my downloads. He can still do it live. He can be slow or whatever, but he can pick up that information, come with that document live, not to go in his computer and print the document which is already there. No, he must do it live, picking this calls, this transaction from 205, this transaction from the downloads, and this and that, and come with his document that he said, I did it myself. But he can't do that. He must go and sleep and do something and come with a document. Who will believe him? Because he will come with the same document.
Yeah.
Now I believe that call Emily, who was saying cell phone, the networks, the Vodacom cells are the one who are a custodian of towers. Because Steyn can't prove anything without referring to 205.
Mm.
And remember, Mr. Anonymous, it was because of Pinky that we know and we are sure that those pictures, some of those pictures were taken at a particular hostel, not there where Zungu was speaking. It's because of the Vodacom lady using the towers.
Mm.
So Steyn cannot come and claim that he has got towers. That's why today he was told, change the towers. He stuck.
Mm.
Put those towers from this one. You want to change the towers, take it, because now he can't do it, because that information, he must pick it from 205, which means that's why Mnisi was saying, no, you fabricated these things. And he's not missing his words, that these men have changed, he have done something with this one. I write a comment and say, Steyn now is deep in this one. What the defense can do, if Pinky comes back, is to keep her on their side. That's what I like about Mushololo and Mnisi, what they did with Pinky. Instead of attacking her, they were nice with her. So we are not saying it's you, but we are just telling us, is there a difference between your PDF and the Excel? She said, no, we are not attacking her. So they must continue not to attack Pinky so that she must keep telling the truth. Even she was hard at first, but now they must attack this one, the Mlungu, and leave Pinky alone. Pinky will give it. Because, Mr. Anonymous,
yeah.
The defense took Pinky to their side.
Yeah.
Baloy was surprised how they took her, because it's like she's a defense witness now, Pinky. So the defense must deal with this Mlungu who pick his side now, say, I will die with Baloy, I will die with Gininda. So the defense must deal with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah. This is where we end. Finally, I've managed to bring some of the things back, like a chat.
I'll never hear the end of this.
So yeah, guys, yes, thank you very much. Please like the video, share the video. And just to give thanks to Bonhlanhla Ndlovu, Sinenhlanhla Bhengu, Mthokozi Silanga. Some of your comments were not coming through. I'm sorry about that. Sandile Zulu, Bongiwe Mohapi, Sizwe Mgaga. I'm just going through Zebra family. Thank you. I mentioned Sidi Mohapi, Sidi Anna Mohapi, Ngoni Vere, Net. I think you probably are gone. And Tabiso M Daung. I'm just going through some of you guys. Sia School. Thank you. Just Mami. Thank you. Musa Banda. Thank you. Whitstein, thank you. Rose, thank you. Rose Chirume, thank you. Chief Justice, thank you for being on those comments and keeping them going. Gaby, our member, thank you. Just going further down and looking who Kumbonambi, thank you. Tembelani Kanye, thank you, our member. We appreciate you. Zetu Shabalala, thank you. You are appreciated. Bongi Mohabi, thank you. We also appreciate you. Yes, guys, it is what it is. This is how we bow out. Nanjelo, Mr. Numa, stop playing the little Emily. Oh, hey, I'm not. She's just exaggerating. Snenhlanhla Bengu. Kadit, thank you. Messiah, thank you. And let me see who I'm missing. Mr. Animals, please don't do Emily like that. Hey, guys, you don't understand. When you lose something and it comes back, yeah, it's like that case. Today,
it's time to adjourn now.
Today it's cold, Sasa. It's hot.
Time to adjourn now.
Gwelagiti, thank you very much. Because Nat is Zagwe, our member, thank you. Tuli Tools, our moderator, thank you. IT Solutions, thank you. Mamela Skunan, thank you. This is Theft Flow channel, thank you. I'm hoping that I didn't butcher your channel. But if I did, then you should get a lot of subscribers if you really have a channel. Thank you very much for being with us here. We appreciate such. Laura, thank you very much, our member. And yeah, others that I didn't call, I get you guys, Mulilo, thanks for being here. Yes, Chief Justice, you must sort this mess. As a Chief Justice. Free promo, thank you, Mr. Anonymous. Yes. People who are really here and they have channels, guys, check them. And I'm hoping that they are delivering proper. We do check some of you guys if you are here. I mean, that the aim is to have people, and I like people, Mina, who come here with their content, different content, not coming here just because now they've aligned, as the judge would say. What did you say about the judge aligning, saying the Steyn must align? Basically, the judge is, in my opinion, was telling Steyn what to do.
But he would dispute that.
He would dispute that, but I mean, what you now tell him, this is what I want.
Yeah, ne?
Mzwakhe Mafulela, new member. Oh, Mzwakhe, you're a new member, Mzwakhe Mafulela. But it's not marking you as a member here, but yeah. Oh, new member, a new subscriber.
Oh, a new subscriber.
Yes.
Thank you for subscribing.
Thank you for subscribing. And thank you for liking, guys. You need to sleep, otherwise you will be grumpy like Rata. Yes, that is true. That is true, Net.
That's so true. So yes, it's time to adjourn now.
My you fired me. Just for you don't know if this whole thing would have stopped. I had to, I must wherever I'm needed. Siyafukelana, siyafukelana, Mr. Anonymous. Sinenhlanhla beng. Angibambi lewe sinenhlanhla. Anestibi. Mhlambe mina engibhedayo. Ngoni vele however they cook it tonight. Original Vodacom PDF will not match Steyn Cook Excel. Allegedly. Everything is alleged. Thank you very much, guys, and we really appreciate you. Now, on an honest note, thank you to our CEOs, our members, and everyone. Please do like the video.
And for bearing with me throughout the old technical.
I wonder what you were doing.
It was a lot, but I'm sure you'll rewatch and have a good laugh.
Thank you.
Until next time, guys. Bye. Thank you so much for carrying me.